take down years of their brand reputation work. So how does this AI social media command center work exactly? The companies have people in a room monitoring the AI system's social trend alerts about their customers, their brand, their competitors, events, situations, and customer interactions as they happen. Ever been so ticked at an airline that you went straight to Facebook to complain about it to your friends and family and told them never to book there? Yeah, companies hate that. They want to make you happy before you actually succeed in getting all your friends and family to hate them, especially if you have thousands or millions of people following you. In the case of cigarette companies, they are regulated out of traditional advertising routes in many countries, including the United States. Social media, which has few government regulations and a large population of young people, is an opportune route for them to strategically target new customers and trigger regular customers to smoke more. I cannot remember if I even knew this solution was for big tobacco beforehand. I definitely knew about the promise of the AI command center solution, but I really didn't think about the fact that this version was attached to a tobacco firm. There are two schools of people when it comes to these types of companies. One is the live and let live camp, and the other is the I'm not supporting this at all camp. What's terrible is that I had been going so fast up to this point. I had been working with other teams to build their business cases to get their solution on the docket for the internal monthly review board. I flew out and landed in this meeting without giving any thought whatsoever to what camp I was in, or even what the solution was specifically supposed to do for the client. I remember I was told that we could help reduce cancer in the world. I also remember that I was intrigued, but not quite sure what that meant with regard to this client. But who doesn't want to reduce cancer? As I sat there in the meeting, I was on an emotional roller coaster. The combustible product, this was how the Big Tobacco Group referred to regular cigarettes, contained over 200 carcinogenic agents when lit. Whoa! I mean, I knew it was probably bad, but wow. But the new product? The smokeless or risk-reducing product? Yeah, they said that, which had the tobacco taste and nicotine that heavy smokers craved, would only have 4 main ingredients, and those would not be lit, but heated. Therefore, their stance was that the new product would not be as carcinogenic. In theory, if a heavy smoker of combustible product could be converted to the new heated product, it could extend how long they, in my mind, I inserted the word live here, but that is not what actually came out next. Instead, it was, could continue using tobacco products. Stop right there. Are you understanding this like I did? In my words, not theirs. Heavy smokers were dying too fast from regular cigarettes. Therefore, in order to keep them buying, they needed to prolong their lives by transitioning them to something that would kill them more slowly. We have finally, and still dubiously, gotten to the point where they are in some way fulfilling this idea of reducing cancer in the world. But, by the way, it would likely contain genetically modified tobacco with nicotine that was at least 2 times more addictive via a device that cost as much as AirPods. And that's if you don't opt for the designer version encrusted with Swarovski crystals, and require other paraphernalia that would cost as much as a semester of college each year. But hey, at least heavy smokers would get a few more years to live, which they would probably need to pay off their new smokeless cigarette habits. As the discussion on how to target people for this new smokeless product progressed, I became more and more uncomfortable. I kept thinking, just push these pesky little thoughts down and pay attention to the details at hand. These algorithms were already being worked, and the train was already moving. But this sinking feeling kept creeping over me. It finally boiled up when a top executive from a different area of our company cornered me and my boss in private and pointedly asked, "Are you really going to help enable this?" My read on this comment was, "Are you really going to help a big tobacco company target people for their new vape device? Are you really buying this argument that they are reducing cancer by targeting heavy smokers?" And I'll be completely vulnerably honest with you here.